How's it going, Jacob? Good morning. Hope you're doing good. Shout out machine handle this early, PG. Always defaults to Pagorli. How you doing, Pagorli? Now I've got to find my coffee. Be right back. It's stewing. It's steeping right now. You want to what? You want to see the yucky part of the washer again? Yeah. So we found the part. Odie, we think we can fix it for just $40 in my time. Good. I think it's the pump. Yeah, it's what pulls the water out of it. Hey, that's the office on the... That's from the office. Oh, my goodness, look at this snuggly doggy with my kids. Gotta get a picture of this snuggly. Say hi, Cal. This is what the knife is about, huh, big guy? Calvin. There you go, I was a kid. Weeks before we could even see the pictures. Months. The picture would be trapped in the camera on something called film. Yes, and then it had to be developed. Film still exists. You had to take all the pictures on the film first, and then take it to a store, and then pay them money. It was a crazier time. I am back. Apparently I missed Cricket After Dark. Yes, we're working on a little mini game. I'm going to start playing Mario Kart Nights. But before I can do that, I have to earn the privilege. Conrad, what's up? No. Juicing every crevice. Yes, nice and sticky. Nice and sticky. Okay, So we've got like a million things we need to do, but let me go down the first thing that I really want to accomplish, which I don't even think is on the list here. This is close to it. The highlight effect, 4 matches, and we need to change how we're doing highlighting. Right now we're lifting the pieces off the board. We're going to get rid of that. So we're not going to do that at all. So we need to come up with a way of how we're going to highlight things. So, is that obsidian? Yes, yes it is. My obsidian doesn't look like that. Okay, here's what's going on. We're using the main things for the look is style settings. Okay, so you got to have that. All right. Okay. Then under appearance, we're using Anu Puchin. I don't know how to say that. Okay, so that's the theme we're using. Okay, and then there are some CSS snippets that are referenced in it that I've pasted in here that create like the rainbow thing here. Yes. Yeah. So that's the main look thing that you're seeing, why it looks different. And then we're using the plugin you're seeing right now is just Excalidraw. So there's Excalidraw. That's what we're using right now. And then so Excalidraw and Kanban are the 2 plugins that I use the most. So Kanban is here, and it's all still Markdown. So he is. He's being real snuggly. He's being a snuggly duggly. Oh yeah, you don't want to accidentally do that.
Yeah, I actually.
Oh yeah, no. Definitely don't want to do that on accident.
No.
Okay, so this is our highlight area, right? And presently what we're doing is, if we were to imagine this whole area here as being one color, which it isn't, we're not even doing that, like, we're not doing any sort of outline. And these are the surrounding tiles. Oh, cow. So these are the surrounding tiles. Imagine they're all different colors, right? So what we're doing currently is we're going, oh, we need to highlight this? Okay, we're going to raise it up with this cute little... We're too cute for ourselves little animation. So we go and we take the whole thing, which apparently I can't. Son of a biscuit. Dude. The shift on my keyboard is unshifting itself. Anyways, we take the whole dang thing, the ding dong diddly ding, and we lift it up slowly like this. I'm just trying to work, guys. I'm just using the power of imagination. Excellent. Excellent. So, so what we need is some better way of highlighting. So the game currently, let's go back to the game. We're going to move this over to desktop 3, get rid of that. And open up Godot. And that's my, it's really late, you need to wake up alarm. So presently this is what it looks like, right? So we have our hexagons, we go over them, and we get this hovering thing, which is cute. But we don't really need this. So, what other ways can we highlight our selection? And how can we do it in a way that implies that it's a rotatable thing? Now again, I've said it before, but it doesn't have to be hexagons. So it could just as easily look like this, where we have some number of circles around another circle. That is also this, right? So it doesn't have to be circles. It doesn't have to be hexagons. It could be squares for all I give a damn. So Cricket is trying hard to focus. Okay, so we're gonna do this. So we could have these like bubbler connections. And then they could like sloop into each other. So we could sloop them. We could sloop them into each other somehow, where it's like they're sliding through the sloopular area, and they go. They sloop through. It doesn't have to be even a shape, right? So we could just go iconography, where we could just have symbols, right? Yeah, Conrad's here. Conrad, yeah. Always makes me think like, yeah. Conrad's here, yeah. Just hanging out with Conrad briefly. Conrad disappointed me tremendously. I set my desk on fire as a result. I was like, fudge this. And so I had to go buy a new desk and assemble it and everything. There's a whole thing. Top 1 Pagorli. At least top Pagorlis. One of the best Pagorlis. Alright. Point being, we need to just get rid of the raising thing. So another thing we could do is we could shrink. We could shrink everything in, and we do that when we rotate. We do sort of a shrinking thing. So
I'm trying to do the matching thing too.
maybe we should try that.
I'm trying to do that too.
And then no, Odie, I've got to work, buddy. I've got to work. Okay. All right. Come here, buddy. I'll show you. But I do need to work, bud.
Yeah, that I use. Oh,
So you go like this, and you do some rotation like that. See?
interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
The one color's not stinging.
Oh, and then you find a bug, apparently. The whole thing crashes. Whoa. That's not good.
That doesn't happen when
No.
only that happened and then.
I wonder what that was about.
All in the same color. It stopped it. Something stopped it.
Mm-hmm. And you rotate them. Rotate. You rotate them. You rotate like that. You say, I'm going to rotate. Big rotate. And then we do...
Oh my gosh, all of the blue ones are matching.
All the blue ones are matching. There's a blue one right there, right? You like the blue ones?
Yeah, I like blue ones so much. I like blue so much.
Blue's your favorite. Well, listen up. Here's a story about a guy whose something was blue, and his blue house, and everything was blue. 'Cause he ain't got nobody to listen.
Okay, he's singing something very silly.
I'm singing something very silly.
What?
Hey, Odie. What? I'm up now.
That had some of the worst computer graphics in a music video of its era,
Mama.
by
Papa
far.
showed me the engine of the washer making water come out of it. And he's showing me the matching day.
When he's done showing you and he asks you to come upstairs, okay?
Ooh. All right. Well, I do need to get to work, little man.
Okay, Odie, come with me.
The pink ones are matching.
Can you say hi to everybody? One more?
Hi. Oh, hi.
All right. Okay.
I said hi to his friends.
All right.
I said hi to his friends right now.
Oh, that's so nice.
You look different when we can see your ears. Uh-oh. A new meta unlocked. Ear exposed cricket. We friends now? That's how I refer to my that's how I refer to chat. Cuz I feel like saying chat is very like I don't know. It's like chat. What do you think, chat? Anyways. So yeah, we need a different way to highlight this shit, guys. What do you guys got any ideas here? So I'll say this again. It doesn't have to be hexagon. Okay? It can be weird little globular boba tea balls inside of some sort of like slurpy sloopy loop thing that it like when you rotate it goes flip, and it like moves through the thing. It doesn't have to be circles. It can be icons. So it could literally be tacos. So there could be a taco icon. This is my quick taco rendering. Taco core. So it could be a taco, and then the other one could be a. It's all just base tortilla. It could be a chip, a fried tortilla chip. What's another base tortilla food? Could be enchilada. So we have like an enchilada. Enchiladas around, is that how? So we have like an enchilada. Mexican pizza, famous Mexican food. When you go to Mexico, you say you want a Mexican pizza. They're like, "Oh, see," and then they totally know what to make you. Mexican pizza. So, churro, right? They love making them. They burst into tears. They're like, the gringo knows about our pizzas. Our infamous pizzas. So we could bejewel it, right? I have a 3D printing fidget. We could call it fidget spinner. Is fidget spinner is like Kleenex? Is it a brand name with like TM? Prevalent toys in 2017.
Oh yeah, we have some of those.
Development.
World Calvin right now.
Wow, it looks like they don't own a patent on it. They patented the design, but it doesn't look like they own a trademark on the name.
Calvin.
Is that true? They didn't TM the name? Wow, so fidget spinner does not have a trademark.
Have some of those.
You need a jar of paste picante? New York City, city, city. Whee! That was one of the evergreen commercials that lasted like, it was like that Folgers coffee commercial from like the 70s that ran all the way through the 90s, where it's like the guy coming back from the military or whatever, and best part of blowing people up is coming home to Folgers in your cup.
Have some fidget spinners. We have 4 of them.
I would like you to know that I was also saying New York City out loud to myself like an idiot. Cricket is a person with the loudest and clearest mic. I like it. We're gonna try and get a green screen background, guys. It's just so damn expensive. I can do other things with the money that I get from streaming. So one thing that I'm getting is a better arm. I found a deal on it. $20, guys. See, you know that the money that you for subs and all that stuff is going to a frugal streamer who is going to stretch the dollar as far as he can. So I got a nice retractable arm. It's not got any springs, but it's smooth and quiet. And it's coming. I got it for $20. $20. It was normally like 70 or something. So, but I'll be able to move that microphone around so quietly. And then I can use the old clamp for the current microphone for other improvements. You see? He's always thinking. But my current arm, it was a Rode microphone arm, and it is falling apart. It's lost its springiness somehow. And mainly the mount part is just busted. Mm-hmm. So, you know, maybe the left or the righty can get a clamp on it. We can have a clamp redeem which one we're going to have it hanging from. I see NVIDIA broadcast to delete my background. I think Second does the same. I use NVIDIA broadcast to delete my background. Oh, I see what you're saying. NVIDIA broadcast. I'll have to check that out. Only thing is I have an AMD GPU. So is NVIDIA going to give me the middle finger because of that? Actually, background removal, now that I have the new camera set up, background removal might be an option again. Do I have it installed still? I do. Let's try it out. Effect filters. This isn't doing jack shit. Is it doing anything for you guys? No. I'm on the right thing, right? Camera. This does jack. Does diddly squat. It says it's an effect filter. Background removal. And then it's got the slider. This is doing nothing. It's some sort of AI. It's probably just farming Bitcoin right now instead of removing my background. Enable focal blur. Dude, this thing isn't doing anything. CPU? CPU background removal. Feather silhouette. It's not doing anything! Defaults. There we go. I did defaults and now nothing. That's weird, right? You guys got any thoughts on this? Alright, well, we played around with that enough. Back to work, guys. Back to work. Operation send Cricket a laptop with an NVIDIA card so he doesn't have to get a green screen background. I'm trying to get the damn NVIDIA drivers going on my iMac. I have the exact same iMac as my wife. And I can get the NVIDIA drivers going on Linux on hers. No problem. And it's amazing. And it's infuriating. I literally have the exact same Linux release. Everything. And I can't get it working because the one... My Mac box has the stupid secure boot enabled. And I can't disable it because my Mac won't let me go into the utilities, the Mac utilities boot, to change it. It fails to boot to it. So I'm like, I'm hosed. Are you just going to eat my socks in front of me and pretend like nothing's happening, Calvin? All right, back to work. So we're talking highlights, right? So we're gonna stop lifting like a loud neighbor with a truck that he's super proud of that he thinks is gonna get him laid. We're not gonna lift the pieces anymore, okay? So we could shrink them. We could do that. It's just anything we choose to do is going to take time. And we're trying to move towards finished game, right? So I want it to be what it's going to be, but I don't really know what it should be. Do we have any ideas? Bear Like Lion, what's up? IRAD is doing the same. Everyone's got an NVIDIA. You know what? You guys and your NVIDIAs. I don't need to hear it. My loud neighbor rides a crotch rocket. It's really loud and incapable of going the speed limit, apparently. Yeah, that's a feature. Hang on a second, I gotta stop my dog from putting holes in my socks. It tastes like your feet, Papa. Back. Drum it. But I love your stinky feet, Rappa. I know. I love it so, Rappa. I love your stinky feet, Rappa. Lurking and working. Got a deadline for work, need to get done. Understand, Bear Like Lion, bust some ass. Bust some ass, that's what we say here. Now, there's a guy who does YouTube videos. I dropped in on his stream yesterday. Normally I don't see him stream on Itch. He was streaming on Itch. It was Game HQ, Game something. They make YouTube videos. And they have a couple of release games on Steam. So I popped in on the stream and I was like, I gave a follow. And he was like, oh, thanks. And then I replied and I was like, oh, no problem, you know. And then I just did my inaugural, I was like, this is my inaugural bust some ass message. May you see many more, or something like that. And I got flagged by his system. So that's the end of that. I was like, wow, I've never... Anybody else I say that to, they're, you know, I can get a read on them. They're a little bit like, oh, they don't want to say it. And it's like, okay. It's a good barometer. But in this case, it was like, get out! Say, oh, shit. Okay, way to make a good first impression, Cricket. So that happened. He's a rude fella. I know. And it didn't tell anyone in chat what I said. So it just leaves it to the imagination. And so I said the worst thing ever. And not words of encouragement, with a little bit of picante. Speaking of spice. You know, that's bust some ass. And it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. Because it's really kick ass. Right? I'm combining like two phrases together. Right? And bust some ass actually means like beat someone up. would be, if I heard it in real life, that's what I would take it to mean. Bust some ass, Greg. Hold me back, bro. Hold me back. And then somebody else is like, bust some ass, Greg. Right? That would be me and Greg at the bar together. And then Greg would be bumping up against me and then pulling my arm over his shoulder to make it look like I'm holding him back. And be, hold me back, bro. Hold me back. And he'd be like lifting my arm up over him. Both of us not drinking. I know that would really, we'd be just hopped up on a warm 3-hour-old. For me, it would be like a warm 3-hour-old hard cider. Like halfway down. All right. Okay, so again, highlighting, choosing the thing. So here's the other thing we want to do, which is when we get a match, we're going to do a ribbon particle effect. So we can at least do that. Let's do that. Let's do that part, guys. So what we're going to do then is we're going to get rid of the hover thing. Wow, wow, wow. We could modulate. See, everything requires, a lot of my ideas require the, if we shrink it down, I'm sorry I'm jumping all over the place, guys. If we just scale it, what if we just scale it down? What if we just scale the whole thing down? We scale the whole thing down. Now we got a nice border around the whole thing. I think that's what we'll do to start with, okay? We'll scale the whole thing down. So let's look at our highlight code. Okay. Enter piece. So we also should probably refactor, because presently we're mixing animation code with data, the data state of the game. And see, we're lerping. Lerp time, position, enter piece. Welcome to the jungle. Lerp time, piece, lerp time. What the hell is this shit? Enter piece. My dog is now, so we're using lerp time here. Cricket. See, this is one of the weird things, is we're using a combination of tweening and lerping, and it doesn't play well together. That's why we're getting a little bit of our glitchiness when we move around, and things are kind of snapping. Because there's a lot of work we have to do if we don't just dedicate to our own tweening or using Godot tweens. Godot tweens are set and forget. I can't fucking stand it. Because I don't know why, but when I'm doing this stuff, I want to interrupt that stuff all the time. And Godot's like, nah, screw it. You said it, it's happening. So for me, I'm always running into a difference of opinion on how I'm going to tween something. And I wish that I could just say, hey, stop. Stop. I got it. All right. So we're looking here. We have the highlights we create. Here's what we do here for us. We have a lerp time on the piece. We have a hover. We have a position. Piece hover position. And this is what we're doing to bring it up. Hover to point Y. That's our new piece ring index. What the fudge is all this? Index. That's our piece. New highlights. Piece pool. Piece pool. Jesus, look at all this. My God. My God. So what we could do is get rid of position right here. And this should make it so we stop just growing. No. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, Greg. Oh, this is the final. It's the final. Greg down. Greg. Greg. The fudge? Streamer clearly doesn't understand what is happening here. Streamer is lost. I've got a bunch of audio redeems I want to add to the stream. Fuck, what was the one? God, I keep thinking of them too. Oh, you sure about that? We got to get you sure about that. The many variations of you sure about that. Can someone track down a clip of that? We're singing about Greg. Greg. What the hell is this about? Why was I even doing this? So we're saying to point here. This did jack shit. Highlight index, highlight size, piece pool, highlight, highlighting equals new highlights. So this is where we prune. So this probably will screw up rotations. So let me see here. Where's the match, guys? Where's the match? Here we go. Nope, it's still working. Dude, what is this code doing? Piece pool. What the fuck are we doing here? Piece pool, hover piece, ring, highlights. What is all this shit? Alright, sorry guys, we're figuring this out. So if we change our position, get rid of this should do it. Where we up? Wait, hang on. We're mad. No! Good no! Good don't! Good no! Good don't! Johnson, how's it going? The golf clap. The golf clap. I always feel sarcastic. But that's my, the golf clap always feels sarcastic. Because there's a guy in the golf clap that's like,
Be yourself.
look at
Be
this.
yourself.
Look at this, everyone.
Be yourself.
Now, the color is all wrong here. Let me see if I can adjust the lighting. I don't know. But we got steak. Is it tri-tip?
It's one of those.
It's tri-tip,
I added it to
which is a cut of meat that was really local to California for a long time, but is now spread across the nation. It's a sensation. It was actually considered one of the bad cuts of meat for a long time. It's the shrimp of beef cuts. Where that was like a lower class cut of meat. And now suddenly it's not. Anyways. We ruined the lighting. The darkness. Darkness. No parrots. Okay. I'm gonna hide my face while I eat. I always use it sincerely. That's good to know, Johnson. That's good to know. It's my inner lizard brain that's that's always like, Okay, so now we shouldn't have any highlighting, right? So no highlighting, just where our cursor is, and we can still rotate. But look at, now we've got leftover a vestige of our prior world of look at that, we stay up there. We have no return. The guy's got no chill. So we're getting there. So what we want to do is we want to just scale it down, right? So what we want to do is we're going to take the collection of pieces in the rotation, and we are going to not even in the rotation, in the highlight, and we're going to tween the scaling. But here's the deal. What is the deal if we just scale everything down? This is not the effect that I want, where if we just scale everything down, what we end up with is pieces in the middle, which I can't even really show you. We'll go over here. Cal, go to your room, buddy. Go to your room. I will arrest you, Cal. Arrest you with my heart. Arrested with my heart. Okay, so I'm just... we're going to go here. And here. And so what'll happen is it'll look like this. Where, each piece is sort of... like... It's like shrunken... You know. So we don't want that. So what we have to do is use maths. Maths. Scientists know that the largest number currently is 45 billion. But they suspect there may be larger numbers than that. Okay. So what we want to do is take, instead of doing this, so this is what it's going to do. And there's going to be one in the middle, which we don't have. So imagine there's one in the middle. Here. Hey! Go to your room. I can't trust you, dude. I know the temptation is there. I know. Go to your room. Go to your room. I know you're trying to sneak a little piece of steak. Go in there. Go in. All right. My German Shepherd's too smart. It's like, oh, I love you, Papa. I love you, and I love that steak. Gimme. Lay off me, I'm starving. Anyone, that's one of my favorite SNL skits. Is, lay off me, I'm starving. Alright, so we have this, and this is what I want to do. Show me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll show you what I want, what I really, really want. I wanna do this a very particular way. We're gonna go delete these sons of bitches. We gotta kind of go around the horn here. Around the horny area. Delete all of it. So what we want to do, what we're gonna try to do, is this. Where we say, son of a bitch! Oh my god! Dude, we want to scale it down like that. Right? But actually squared. So we have to scale each individual pieces, and we have to sort of glue them. So it'll look like this, and then it'll look like Cricket's just desperately trying to get this done quickly. Desperation. Alright, here we go. It'll look like this. Okay. The desire is to make it larger. So we could do the opposite of this too. Where we could go...
trying to get a hold of you.
We could go like this, where we go, and instead what we do is we take all of our pieces... It's Cricket breaking it down. Cricket. So this is like our original size, and then we go above and beyond it, like that. Maths, using maths. Scientists have discovered a new taco using maths. This is how you speak English, maths. Unlike those lazy Yanks, we say maths. Whoa, okay, guys. Maths. Uh-huh. Maths. FYI, Mini Cricket wants to listen to stream. Okay. I will clean it up. We're going to clean up the stream, guys. Keep it clean. Johnson's here. Bear Like Lion. I'm going to shout out Bear Like Lion here. I gotta get the shout outs going. Bear Like Lion. And if I recall, Bear Like Lion, you're doing Bears Lurking. Are you in... You're in Unity, that's right. And we played Bears game on Friday. It's called Surf's Up. It's on Steam. Oh, you're Godot. That's right. Okay, I'm having a stroke. That's right. I'm having a stroke. My bad. And what does it matter, frankly? What does it matter? Why must we measure each other's engines in front of each other? And gamble and wage which engine is bigger and better? Why must we do that? The incessant engine measuring contest needs to end. Here I said I would clean things up. But this is humor for kids and adults. Both of them can enjoy it. You know what? Oh, it's Mini Cricket. You have a login, Mini Cricket. I believe you have a Twitch login, which I think is probably against the TOS. So we could make it bigger. Or, hear me out. We could just highlight around it. So we could do... I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, guys. I get it. But I want to kind of just have the version that's going to work the best. The one that is like the... You know, in games where it's like, hey, we want an MVP of... we want to complete... look, you guys got to deliver one level that is launch complete. Like, the assets, the sound, the music, the lighting, the design, everything. This, you got to be able to deliver one complete, like, picture of what the game is going to be, right? Because we've got our publishers chewing down our neck, and you guys aren't delivering shit. So we're trying to deliver something like that, but ultimately it just gets us closer to finishing the game. So we could just do a stroke around the pieces. Now this would involve... We could do it with a shader, but I don't know shaders. So we're going to end up doing it differently. Clipping. I don't even know what I said. So ribbon trails. We're gonna lose. What's up? Keep thinking, Cricket. Keep thinking. I'm great. Thanks. Gozaimasu. Ariga, thanks. Gozaimasu. Much. That's like Peggy Hill. That's like Peggy Hill's trying to speak Spanish or I love the episode of King of the Hill where they go to Japan and she's insisting on explaining the culture to everyone. And they're in their hotel and it's like super tiny. And she's like, oh, this is traditional Japanese, you know, whatever. And it's right when they leave where they realize that it was like the lobby of the room. And there's this whole big room on if they had just slid a door open. I'm a little dubious about that reboot. And now that the actor who played John Redcorn got shot by his neighbor, Christ, man. Oh, I forgot. Anyways, a different topic. On to a different topic. All right, well. Are you testing timeout? I'm stuffing my mouth full of food right now. Oh no, I'm not. I'm just thinking. So we could just we could just modulate. But the problem with that is We still need a surface material that we're going to override. We're trying to avoid that. But in theory, we could do something like, I don't know, blowing the color out or something.
Sorry, Mr. Pig.
What's that?
Saying sorry, Mr. Pig.
All right, we're back. I'm done shoving food in my mouth. So, I do think, okay, I think the modest approach is to do the shrink. Because I think it'll animate the best. And the reason I think that is, Miss Cricket right now is my daughter. She's on her handle. Just as a heads up. Mini Cricket. Mini Cricket, as we say in the biz. So I think shrinking is the way to go, because what'll happen is when we move our, so right here is where our mouse is going to be, on this piece right here, right? And it's all shrunk down. Then when we move it over here, what happens? These pieces grow and they go back to their full size, right? And then these pieces then sort of, they shrink down and clomb onto this honeycomb. I think that would look good. I too felt someone had to die. So I think that would look good. Piece pull position. This is some sort of snapping to bring it back. That's what this is. I too felt someone had to die. So for now, instead of piece position, what we'll do is we're going to lerp the piece scale. And we also need to lerp the piece position. Piece position, lerp. And lerp returns some value, right? Turns the result of linear interpolation. So we're going to lerp towards can we lerp vec3? We can lerp a vec3. So lerp time. So we're going to lerp to, you know what we can lerp to? We can lerp to a const. Instead of declaring a variable every time. Scale. Can we do const with the variance? Anybody know? Looks like we can. Well, I'll be. Okay. It's going to lerp to scale. And we should have like a shrink scale. I don't know. Lerp to scale. See what happens when we do this. Detach and bounce. I think Okay, so this is working, but it's not. We're not pulling it in like I said, right? And also, we're not undoing. So now we're just going around shrinking everything. It's like a little blast of cold water on the puzzle board. If you catch my drift. Okay, I'm gonna let the German Shepherd out. Guillotine would not be the right result. It just needs to be coherent and reinforce the mechanic. I'll be right back. That's what I'm looking for. Run. All right. Out you go, buddy. Want your food? Over here. You can come out. Are you stuck? Come on, buddy. Out. What are you doing? Rito? Come on out. All right. Back at it again, bruh. We're on a commercial break, y'all. Ads resume in about, or they are over in about 30 seconds. Yeah, man. This is Radio Cricket. The best college Jamaican radio station, mon. All right. Jamamum. All right. There's a running joke with my friends where I say jerk chicken with a really bad Jamaican accent, and I got it from a Food Network Stars challenge thing where this lady was trying to say jerk chicken with a... It always cracked me up. Jerk chicken. Anyways, it's stupid. Jerk chicken. What? Jirkichikian. Okay. So this is taking the priors and resetting it. So here we're going to snap the scale. See that we don't want to do this. But what is the enumerator for Vec3 that's all ones? Ones across the board. Do we have that? 1. Oh, yeah, okay. One. Do you see how the Godot API... Two things I'm noticing about the Godot API. They get enumerations that are beyond... They get enumerations that are variant types. We don't get that. You guys notice that? Another thing. They have private properties. We don't get that in GDScript. But you can try to set a property, and it's like, or not private, but it's protected or whatever, right? You can't set it. And in the API world, it's like, oh, you can't change that value. And you even get an error message. And it's like, well, god darn it. Give me that in GDScript. I had that one on Algebra. Algebra. It is fun. Cricket's he's a little bit all over the place. It is fun to say things with the Greek way instead of all right, well, we're getting somewhere. So now we need to pull them in, right? We want to cause some shrinkage. And it's snapping right now, but I think this is going to read better. So if we're 0.9, if we're 10% smaller, we need to move 10% towards the our neighbor. Let's let's just make a test scene here, just to sort of prototype this. And I guess it wouldn't actually even be 10%. It would technically be 20 because we have to match the other pieces 10%, right? Two years of algebra. Oh, man. I was flunking algebra in high school while I was literally writing code that performed algebraic. Like, I was creating formula like solve for this or that in code. And I understood that better than I understood algebra. Like, I understood why I was doing that and what I was going to get from it. But the way that algebra was being taught to me, it was all this root memorization stuff, and it wasn't like we were thinking about applying it, you know? That's why Wallaber's game, I haven't shouted out Wallaber in a while. Before they die, I'm going to shout out Johnson. Ridiculous shipping. Coming soon. Coming soon. Wallaber's game is the kind of learning that should be happening in the realm of maths. That is not. That is not. So let's look at Godot code. Whoa, what happened there? Nobody say anything. Don't tell Cricket the thing just changed. Let's put that back. Nobody saw that, right? Don't clip that. Don't clip that. So we're gonna go direction 2. Shh, 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 shh. I hated history and chemistry lessons because they were pointless, at least the ones in school, but I enjoyed them as videos on YouTube. I think one of the biggest failings of science classes, at least in my experience, is the scientific method is always explained to you, but you don't practice it. And what I mean is, you're given the hypotheses that you're going to state and the experiment to test it, but you never actually come up with the hypotheses in the experiment on your own. At least, again, this is in my experience in a high school level education that I experienced. It was always like this bump set volleyball science where it's like, oh no, here's the hypothesis and here's the experiment and here's what we're trying, and it's like, well, how do you come from zero though? Like, because that's how it's going to be applied in real life, right? So like, it was never like that. I do remember doing a DNA strip though. That was cool. That was neato mosquito. You like, but it also made me dubious about its effectiveness in criminal trials. The way that we were doing it, it made me question DNA tests a bit more. You gotta slap it in the morning and write it with the last wave in the evening. The jiggle. So we have distance 2. So if we just take direction 2, replicating DNA for the tests. I'll have to check that out. I forget. I think we swabbed ourselves. I think we swabbed our cheek or something. We had to get like a parent. We had to get like sign a slip and shit. It was like, oh, we're gonna be collecting your DNA. Apparently, a guy that likes shrooms found a way to make them cheaper and easier. That's good. No, the kids are gonna be so mad, Cal. No. I am Gaseous Maximus. All right. We're going to go with the shrink for now. This is a future problem for future Matt. This is working okay. It still is not enough, though. We have to bring him in. Tutor Why is that making me laugh so much? Can I just multiply? Can we just take our position, our, in a 2D sense, our X and our Y? See, we're all over the place. Here we're above. And the distance we have to move from here to here is much higher. So what if we take 20% of whatever the vector coordinate is of this, the center one, and then we merge that with the side elements? Do we have the center hexagon when we're highlighting? Because we're highlighting, we build a ring, and this is the piece that we're building it around. And we can't get the piece's position. So we'll say 10%. 10% of the total. I'm wondering if this is not calendar. God bless it. Now Windows is going to go on a wild goose chase of telling me my Outlook's not working and this and that and fucking would you like Windows 365? God. So okay, so we're going to scale it. I think it's gonna. All right, let's mess with that. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Come on. There we go. Gotta straighten myself up. Camera was all offset. Okay. So I was thinking about it. I think I've got I might have a way to cheat it. If I lerp and I use the weight as the percentage to move, and then I lerp the lerp, but one lerp is like a static of that 10%, and then I lerp to that 10%, I think we might be okay. I think we might be okay doing that. So let's give it a shot. A Scooby-Dee lerp lerp lerp. Scooby-Dee lerp lerp lerp. So we have the piece index that we're highlighting now is, what is the center one? We create a ring, hover piece ring, hexel. So there's no way of knowing which one's the center, right? Let me see here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to print a piece QRS here. And then a ring. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of testing. Trivial Pursuit redeem from Miss Cricket. 1990s tech question. Anyone can answer. First person to answer correctly gets their name added to the board with a point next to it. Video game related question for you all. What Sega critter became the third best known figure for young boys after Michael Jordan and Arnold Schwarzenegger in 1993? Sonic is the correct answer. Sonic the Hedgehog is the correct answer. My boy, my favorite boy. For an additional bonus point, second favorite, answer this question true and an additional point will be given to you. From the simulation strategy category of Test Your Video Game IQ, are you Games Genius of 2008? Who is the commander of the Black Hole Army in Advance Wars Dual Strike for the Nintendo DS? Is it A, Van Bolt, B, Wario, C, Cole, or D, Jugger? This is like that nightmare where you wake up and you have a test for school and you haven't studied for it. Darn, I knew that. I know, sweetie, I know. 176. We're going with A. Van Bolt is the correct answer. That's 2 points for second favorite. Second favorite now at 50. You guys got to catch up. I love how ridiculous the points are. It's like so the last entry is the piece that the okay. It's over when I win. I got to come up with a better trivia system. It's coming, guys. That little racing game and the Clone Wars game that I'm working on are... Can I show you guys the racing game where we're at with that? So we have all the basic commands. So the way that the game is going to work is... let me show you. You like how I just ignored Jacob? I'm growing a thicker skin. So, let me show you where we're at. We got... I promise there's more to it under the hood. So we have an infinite road right now. It just repeats forever, okay? I'm doing this stripe thing because I don't have... I don't have the skills to... I can't model or anything. I can't. So just ignore that part of it. So anyways, imagine a big strip going down the right side of the stream. That's this like race board thing. I don't know what to call it. So imagine that, okay? Cars going reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Going the distance, let's say. Okay, going for speed.
Miss Cricket's trying to get a hold of you.
Maybe abandoning somebody else in their time of need. But anyways. Hello, Miss Cricket. Hello, Mini Cricket. Which he also ignores. So anyway, imagine this track is going, it's a skee ball, right? So we have commands for it. So the game has, we're going to say exclamation point race. That opens the races up for people. Anybody can join. You join, your car comes in to the starting line, reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Then when the race starts, so every time somebody joins, the countdown for the race resets, goes down from some number down to 0. If anyone else joins, it resets again, so on and so forth, until we finally get to 0 and the race starts. Beep, 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 bing, right? And then so then for everybody, you hit gas. And so on the car, you're going to have some stats, or on you're going to have some stats. I don't know exactly where it's going to look, but right now we're modeling it around the car. So there's going to be 2 bars here. One is your car's boost timer, and the other one is the gas timer, When the boost timer goes down, you can do exclamation point boost again, and it rolls the dice, the skee ball, and then some number happens, and that's how much further along the course you go. And then same with the boost timer goes down, you go, oh, boost, and then it rolls that. And then you have left and right. So when you get behind another car, the car in front can go left or right to try and block you. And then you're going to try and pass that car by going left and then gas and then boost, right? And try to get like further ahead, right? So that's the basic idea of the racing game that we're working on for chat. Redeemed Tetris minutes ago. I'm sorry, Miss Cricket. Oh my gosh, there's 2 of them. Okay, Mini Cricket. But you can't play on the iPad, Mini Cricket. So if you want to play, at least I don't think you can play on the iPad. Maybe you can. I don't know. You might need to put this link in the Mama's computer. On Mama's computer, you would be able to play. It might be difficult too on the keyboard. I'll say that too. I'm on keyboard and I win sometimes. This is true. All right, we got 4 of you in here. Let's go ahead and do it. It's working. How do I join? Oh, okay. Don't worry that we started a game. You'll be able to play again here in a second. It's working. How do I join? Are you on the Mama's computer? No, you're on the iPad? I don't know that it'll work on the iPad. sweet Jesus, no! Lord! Lord, hear my prayers! Lord, baby Jesus, no! I held on for a while. Alright, we got a lot of people in here. I got a lot of problems with you people. It's only when I need him. It's only when I need him. You gotta get on Mama's computer, sweetie. That's the only way you're gonna be able to play. I don't think you can play on the iPad. But we can play some Tetris Effect today if you want. It's on the Xbox. You can play whenever. But this is a rowdy group to cut your teeth on Tetris. But I won't discourage it. But we are pretty... There's a lot of brutal individuals here. Uncaring people who just want to see you fail. My God! Jeez! It's down to Molluscio, and we're gonna lose. Second favorite's down at the bottom with a clean board. We're gonna lose trying to clean up things a little bit. Could be anyone's game. Second, keeping a clean board as the speed of the round increases. Trying to just keep the board clean. Trying to just run the clock out almost. As other people make mistakes. Second favorite just cleanly putting the pieces down. Trying to maintain control of his board. It's down. Molluscio and second favorite head to head. Here comes the killing blows from second favorite. Another one. That's game. My laptop is too weak. So the trick that I do, we're gonna lose, is I zoom in. So whatever your laptop can do, just zoom into the, do a zoom, like do 200% or something, and it renders, it runs better. I don't know why. Revenge will be swift and heartless. I don't know who I was up against, but that's good. One more round. I got some sort of achievement. I need it to go away. Jotson's in here. Here we go. Me, but I goofed hard. Ah. Shit on a stick! No! Oh, God, no! No, no! Oh, sweet Lord! Please hear my prayers in my time of need! No! No! Hold it together, Cricket! Hold the line! Hold! Hold the line, Cricket! Hold the line! Ah! Oh, Johnson's holding on barely. Oh, Johnson's... Oh! Second favorite knocking out 2 people within seconds. All right. One more round. This is good. This is a good... We got a lot of people. We want to keep this rolling here. One more. It's coming along. It's neck and neck. We've got a good competition, a good spread. Ah, shit. Cricket's already screwing up. Now I'm in debt. I'm in debt. Here, we gotta fix this. I know. We should just tariff the pieces. That'll fix our problems. Look at them sternly. With authority. Then they'll listen to us. Fuck! This whole time I've just been trying to rebound from the initial attack that I received at the start of the game. Shit. Damn it. Calvin, if I look over there and see what you're chewing on, am I going to be disappointed? Shit! Every time I pull it together, every time I think I'm out. Oh my god! Can you do one more round? Yeah, I can. I can. Yep, and I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, Calvin, like I said. Alright, Mini Cricket is in. Is there a way we can do any sort of, handicap? I'm gonna... Can I be on her team? Alright guys, here we go. Mini Cricket, I'm sorry this is gonna be difficult for you. Good luck. I'm gonna see if I can target other people. How do I, trying to figure out how to change the target. Payback. There we go. All right, I'm on payback. Oh God! Oh! Stop! Stop! He's already dead. Stop! Stop! Nah! Stop! Mini Cricket's holding on. Look at her go. Oh no! Couple of pieces. Good job, Mini Cricket. This first time you played Tetris in a long time. Mini Cricket's knocked out. Good job. And now just chill. I feel like I'm going to do very badly in this game. I also did badly. All right. One more round for Mini Cricket. One more round for Mini Cricket. Going to payback mode. Payback mode initiated. Warm liquid payback. Why is Mini Cricket getting targeted so much? Mini Cricket! Oh, Minnie, I'm sorry, Minnie. I don't know why that's happening. Just keep going, Minnie. Never give up. I have to go nuclear. I have to avenge Mini Cricket. Fudge, Cricket. Ah, second got me. Good job, everybody. All right, that's it for now. Minnie, you can keep playing even after we're done. Okay, so we're gonna go back to what we were working on here, which was Slurping. It's only 9:36. All right, we're doing good. It doesn't feel. I don't feel confident in my speed today, but I do feel like this is an important thing to tackle. This is like the core of like the interaction of the main thing in the game. So I do feel like this is important to get right. I did veg out and I played Tetria ranked for like 3 hours last night, and I lost nearly every time. Dude, it's insane. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. I mean, there's all these like meta, because like T-spins and all that stuff, I can't do any of that. I don't know how to do any of that. Somebody needs to make like a Tetris training game where that's all you're doing is, it's like little puzzles and it's like, solve this one by doing a T-spin. Hey buddy, you look really handsome today. I like your sweater.
It's on my computer.
Yeah. What are you doing? Nothing.
Oh, Calvin, buddy. Oh, Calvin.
I'm like in the lowest level of C tier with my win rate is like at 40%. Yeah. Well, that might be good matchmaking. Good matchmaking is hard, I'm sure, but it would be nice if I don't know. I think the peak multiplayer gaming was Halo 2 local proximity chat before the cheating started. That was a time, guys, and it lasted like 1 month. But it was glorious.
Papa, let's just shoot it up.
Yeah, he chewed that up, didn't he?
What was it?
You gonna tuckle with it?
What was it for?
It had some food. It was to hold some food.
And is it broken by him?
Yeah, he broke it.
Odie, come upstairs.
I'm being here, Calvin.
No. Did you not?
I am. I'm going to look at this. Oh,
Odie, we don't talk to anybody that way, okay?
yeah. I am coming.
Stop. Just walk.
I didn't get any sleep last night though, guys, so I am a bit pooped. Pooped, if you will. Peace pool is an array. It's a dictionary. Well, I'll be. So on a dictionary, how do we get? Well, that kind of changes things because that means we need to grab. Hang on a sec. Peace pool. This is really what we care about here. Peace to swap. No, this isn't where we're doing any of it. Highlight. There we go. Highlight. Peace pool. So it's an index. So we do know the hover piece then. We know it from mouse over. This is our, so it's a hex cell. So then we can say, but a piece pool is made up of what? Piece pool is made up of a vector 3. Okay, good. So we should be able to do this. So we're going to go piece pool, highlight, mouse over QRS. Okay, so we're lerping. So this is where things get weird. We have the position here, so we're going to lerp 10%. Because this is the only way I can think to do this. We're going to lerp 10% towards this position, but then we're going to lerp the lerp. Lerp, lerp, lerp. Lerp is the word. Lerp, lerp, lerp. So if lerp returns and it really needs to be the because this isn't going to work. I wonder what this will do. It's not right, but we could try it. What kept you up? Oh, just being a grown-up and... Whoa! So this is just consolidating everything. Whoa! Yeah, so the math's not right. The math ain't mathin'. You gotta put the kids to bed. And then you can have a break. And your break is you don't go to sleep. And then you wake up tired. And you just repeat this again and again and again. That's the loop. It's so cool. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So we have to lerp You know what we could do is lerp the lerp is the word. Lerp lerp lerp. We could lerp the percent from and to. So we could say lerp 0 and then lerp time. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't think it is because it did. The other one didn't. Yeah, no. So we're okay. So what is the math wrong with? See, it's always going to move towards it. We need our original starting position, not our current position. So, we need to lerp on that. Because if we're constantly lerping our position, we'll eventually reach the coordinate. Oh man, Calvin, you're killing me. Elementile, what's up? He was severely sleep deprived. He waited through 13 hours of late night movies. Unimaginable to anybody. Quality so low. Any man would have quit. No one would have called him a sissy. But he kept watching those crappy movies because he wanted to enjoy some amount of time alone. He had pooped his pants to such a degree, no man would question how poopy his pants had been. Here we go. This is what we're gonna do. His pants were so poopy, he had pooped his poopity pants. And he was gonna poop his pants no matter what anyone else told him. Whether he could or couldn't, he would poop his pants. There we go! We did it! Alright. So now we need to reset when we walk away. And it needs to be way faster. Okay. Oh, we got it. We got it. So he mathed it. Cricket mathed it. He knows there's a better way. But he mathed it. So, and also, like, see how it snaps, right? We don't want that. This is the key to making this work good. So, what we want is to maintain, when we go here, we want to maintain the blue, the green, and the red, the blue, and those green pieces need to stay where they are. As we move to the white, the yellow, the blue, and the red that are on the bottom area will then recede back to where they should be. And then the yellow, the green, and the blue up on the top right will then join in. So it has this, like, it's going to feel like your fingertip is oily in dyed water or something, you know, and it's just going to separate the liquid dye away from your fingertip. Does that make sense? So it's like wherever you're going, everything's sort of pushing away and pulling together. I'm going to go grab some food. Catch you later. All right, Devro, thanks for hanging out. Let me do a shout out to Devro. Devro, Unity developer. Dev, I need to coordinate with you sometime to maybe... I'll go through the OG tutorials that you did for me on Blender. And then maybe I can hit you up and be like, okay, I want to model this stuff. What do I do, bro? And then maybe you could help me with the actual hexagon pieces. Because we'll be getting to that point at some point. Devro, Blender Extraordinaire, Unity Master, Bearded Viking Warrior, Devro. That's... All right, I'm going to go grab a drink myself. I'll be right back. show choice. This might seem weird, but I've started putting a little bit of saccharin in my tea, or whatever it's called. The like artificial flavoring. Ever since my mom passed away, it's this weird, like, makes me feel connected to her, which is like really weird. But she would put that in her tea, and so I do it as, I don't know, it's this weird little thing that I'm doing all of a sudden. Okay. So, we need to restore our piece positions for the other pieces. So we do Southern tea, I see. Here. Yeah, she was raised in, she was a Navy brat, but she was in the South for her early childhood. Like a million places. A million places. Let's see. I generally drink my tea straight, though. If it's hot, I like to do a little bit of milk. Yeah, a bit of milk. A little bit. Northern tea enjoyer. I'm sorry. The tea wars. Needs that dab of honey. Oh, that's always nice too, yeah. I just made a pizza sandwich. One pizza on another pizza. Nice mini cricket. We gotta get you signed in to your mini cricket account. So my domain almost expired. I re-registered it and I can't get it back on Bluesky. Bluesky is like, fuck you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't cuss. Bluesky's like, no, sir. Bluesky says, nope. All right, we got to clean it up. I need that censor thing. Now that I have good, Pagorli, he's like, what are you doing? All right. Very Mega Man. This reminds me of the first PS1 Mega Man game. Okay. So it's working. It's just it needs some more speed. And it's not. It's now. It's resetting, and we don't want that either. But this is the main idea. Another way we could do this, this is a totally bonkers idea, but instead of shrinking around it, so the highlighted piece, instead of shrinking the highlighted piece, we take the pieces around the highlighted area and we shove, those get spread away. The effect ultimately is the same, but the piece, it creates this like, what we're selecting stays the same size. Okay, so we need to lerp time, lerp time, lerp time. Lerp time. Okay, so we're not going to raise the height on rotation now.
Hi, Calvin.
Do shout out to Elemental. Really interesting game, puzzle game. I'd absolutely say it's a puzzle game. I'm making a matching game. This ain't no puzzle game. This is your grandma's PopCap game, you know? This is not a thinking man's game. I don't think it is. I've gotten a few comments that it looks hard. But I suspect once people actually play it, that one. Okay, let's get the rotation working. So we're gonna do no depth. What's Zen? Do you know how Do you know how we talked about when we talk about mindfulness, when we're talking about breathing and meditation? So it's like being able to, you know how we talk about observing our thoughts and kind of looking at them. It's being able to. It's like being able to be separated from your. It should be, you know. It's not like enlightenment, but it's like, you know, it should be calm and, you know, don't feel your feelings, observe them. Something like that. But typically, when we say it, most people, it means like relaxed. Like, sort of like a meditative, relaxed state. Some people might say it's like a harmony, like things that are sort of harmonious. Yeah. Anyways. So here we're scaling by 0.5. Now, if we're reversing our scale...
What the dog doing?
He's walking around. You want to say hi, Cal? Come here, bud. You want to say hi? You want to say hi to Gemma? You want to say hi to Mini Cricket? Come here. Come here. He's letting me pet him. He's got a big smile on his face right now, but he doesn't want to come up. He's very happy. You got big boo-boo on your head, dude. What is that? That's not a tick, is it? I think he has a mole on his... I think he's always had this bump on his head. I think it's a mole. Chop it up and make some guacamole. I should get a praying mantis and make some TikTok money. My God, there's some things you wish you could unsee. His mole. Oh. Man, that's a deep Austin Powers cut. I'm very badly burned. He's making me pet his ears. He's a big fan of my ear pets. The wound is beginning to smell almost like almonds. I'm going to try standing up now. Ah! That one's from the second one, the standing up thing, and man, I like the cut. The original Austin Powers, there was a bunch of cut scenes where each of the guys that dies, the henchman, like the guy with the, I think it starts with the guy with the concrete leveler thing, like no, and then it cuts to the wide shots, and it's the Monty Python joke of like the distance. Get out of the way! No, move. Anyway, so he gets crushed, and then it cuts to the family at home enjoying like a dinner, talking about their husband, you know, and they get like the call. And I think he had that 3 times for like 3 of the different henchmen, where it's like the family members or whatever find out that they died. And I really wish he had kept it in, but it totally ruins the pace of the movie, but I still love it. That would have been the kind of thing you could have thrown into the credits, I think. Whoa, it's a big octopus. Oh, it's a squid. Is it a squid? I guess it is. It looks more like an octopus to me, but I guess... Yeah, I would have changed the... So we're rotating back to the wrong position. So we got that lerp position. And the tweening is a little bit more difficult now for this. Again, there's a connectivity I want to have to this, so that I think what should happen is when we do the rotation, we're moving the piece out. You know the other thing we could do? That's what we should do. All right, this is really coming together. I'm getting a vision for how this is actually going to look. Okay, so if we shrink down when we do the rotation, the centerpiece isn't doing anything right now, right? The centerpiece, the whole thing should stay together, and the centerpiece should be like a dial, like we're twisting that knob. Twisting the knob. So it'll be like we're twisting the knob. You know. So a fidget spinner, exactly. It turns out I make the fidget spinner of video games. It's the fidget spinner of matching games. We're gonna twist the knob. Twist the knob. Is that? Yeah, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. Another shout out machine handle request. Good God. All right, we'll do the old reference a Rooney. Let's see what we got here. Who do we got that we could shout out? Recently streamed channels. Bite Me Games. That's who I was saying hi to, and then immediately got in trouble. Immediately got in trouble. I'm looking down the list. Pandar, we could shout out Pandar.
And all you need is stuff.
Let's see here. Dude, the chat is all messed up for me right now. Whoops, where did I go? R2D2 background editor change will do. R2D2. All right, there's R2D2 in the editor. Okay. .60-degree rotations. We have the piece array. Pieces to move. Codex, how's it going? So we might want to include the cell that we are rotating around because I don't think we have that in the list. Waking up late, couldn't sleep well. I couldn't either. I'm thinking about I guys, I hate to say it, but I might I might end the stream here and that way I can get a nap in before I cuz it's me and the kiddos for the rest of the day. We're going to be out in the pool and everything. And I might end the stream cuz I feel like if I kept going for 2 more hours, my output would be 30 minutes of me not being this tired. Does that make sense? But I think we've narrowed down the way that we're going to do the rotations and stuff like that. We now have we're pulling the pieces in. We could possibly push the surrounding pieces out. Your kids need you more. Yeah. And it's the summertime, you know. And I'm trying to give them the summertime experience. So the snapping that's happening, we're going to not have that happen. We're going to rotate the entire thing. I really like the idea that instead of shrinking the center, it's shrinking what we're hovering over, that the surrounding pieces are what shrink. So it's like your party, like a Moses crossing. And then once we have that all figured out, yeah, the outline thing is I want to do a ribbon particle effect. So what I want to have happen then, it's a lot of stuff for a match, but it's the juice. It's the thing you're doing in the game, right? So when we rotate, and this is shit, right? So the center, everything's stuck together, it's glued together. The whole thing rotates like a medallion. It's like a solid thing, right? It rotates. Then, if there are matches, what happens is everything else pushes it parts aside, right? And then we draw the ribbon effect. And it's like wherever that match is, like it's got to be really fast, but we're going to have an emission on a ribbon that's going to go around all of the pieces. Okay? It's like cutting out those pieces, and then we get rid of them, and then the new ones come in. So rotate. When the matches happen, it's like a magnet for those pieces, and this is all really quick. And then the like cut happens, and maybe when it's going across the field, we have like a welding spark thing going, leading the bead of the ribbon with the emission on it. Okay, are you guys kind of getting what I'm going for here? And it just like, but it's got to be really fast. But the cool thing about that is sometimes we can really amp it up, and we could slow down the game speed to show off everything. Tracer zips. Is that from whatchamacallit? Overwatch? Is a scientific term selling. Tracer zips. Okay, gotcha. Tracer zips. Pew, pew, pew. It could be. I don't know. All right, so that's what we're going for. Let's go ahead. Find somebody to raid. We got Fiera going. We could do Fiera. Let's do Fiera. Papa, I walked up to Pugsty and he rolls over like, rub my belly. Also, he doesn't have a scratchy spot. He really doesn't. He doesn't have an itchy spot. He's not ticklish. I think he's just too bulky. It's like, yeah, I'm not ticklish. Although, have you tried his upper armpits? I haven't tried around there. And it is weird how much he enjoys you just like going ham on his face. He's like, yeah, give it to me. All right, we're going to raid Fiera. Much love to everybody out there. I'm sorry for bailing early. I got to get the pool. I got to shock the pool water. There's a bunch of stuff I have to get going for that. So I have to do that now anyways. But yeah, thanks for the stream. Jacob, thanks for hanging out. Everybody, thanks for being here. Codex, second favorite. Mini Cricket, Pagorli, Elemental Isle, Jotson, Devro, Molesky. Who else is here? Oh, did I cancel? Did I cancel the raid? I didn't mean to do that. Man, Cricket. All right, we're gonna raid again. Change the plans. I gotta go. All right, see you guys. Vex! And Vex. Don't forget about Vex. All right. Have a good one, Vex.
And Vex too? Oh, for real? That's some ass. I will.